If you are over 60, there is a truth no one wants to say aloud. The brain begins going downhill faster than you think. With each passing day, memory can fade, concentration may dwindle, and those "what was I just doing?" moments happen more and more, but this is not an inevitable fate. A study from Harvard University shows just 5 simple actions every day, yes, only 5 things, can reactivate neural pathways, helping you think faster, remember more, and slow your brain's aging process in a very real way. And here's the kicker. Most people over 60 are neglecting at least 3 of these, not because they are uninterested, but because they've never been shown the right way. In today's video, I'll share with you 5 small but powerful actions you should take daily to keep your mind sharp, agile, and alert at 60, 70, or even 90. These are not quick fixes, but scientifically backed habits that are easy to do, cost you nothing, and can be started as soon as today. If you want to safeguard your memory, watch this video all the way through, because what you learn today could define how you live for the next 10 years. Let's dive into the first one. A morning walk boosts blood circulation to the brain. Did you know that if you don't get moving first thing in the morning, blood flow in your brain can slow enough to risk forming a clot, one that could suddenly take your memory or even your life in just minutes? As you age, the brain's blood vessels are more prone to blockages. Blood flow slows down and memory starts to fade on. But what few people realize is, just by taking a light walk in the morning, you create a healthy surge of blood to the brain, helping you feel more alert, clear-headed, and most importantly, dramatically reducing your risk of a stroke. According to the American Stroke Association, simply walking 20-30 minutes each morning can increase cerebral blood flow by up to 15%, lowering the risk of blood clots, the #1 cause of strokes in older adults. When you move, your heart works more efficiently, pumping blood throughout your body, especially to the brain, which needs oxygen and nutrients to maintain memory and alertness. Dennis, 76, from Wisconsin, was often forgetful and had mild afternoon headaches. His doctor suggested he walk every morning instead of only reading the paper and drinking coffee. After 2 weeks, he not only remembered his daily tasks clearly, but also felt his mind was lighter, and he was less dizzy. The biggest surprise was, by changing one small habit, stepping outside 30 minutes earlier, he had reclaimed his own mental clarity. Much like water in a pipe, blood needs to be pushed regularly to prevent stagnation. And the morning, after your body has rested all night, is the perfect time to naturally restart your circulatory system. If you miss this window, your circulation may be sluggish all day, and the risk of sudden high blood pressure, blood clots, or a silent stroke becomes higher. You don't have to go far. Just step into the yard, walk a few laps around the house, or even march in place inside your living room. The key is consistency every single morning. If possible, combine it with deep breathing, looking at nature, listening to birdsong, so the brain is nourished not just by blood, but by peace and renewal. Ask yourself this: how many steps have I taken this morning? If the answer is not a single one, then now is your chance to begin. Because every step is a step away from stroke risk, and a step closer to the clarity everyone deserves to hold on to. And to keep that blood flowing steadily all day, you don't just need movement, you also need enough water. If you haven't had a glass of water this morning, the blood in your brain could be thickening, and the silent risk of a stroke may have already begun. After you pass 60, the body doesn't send strong thirst signals like it used to. Many people drink just a few sips of tea or coffee all day, not knowing that this quiet dehydration is slowly drying out your brain in terms of memory, focus, and blood pressure control. And when blood pressure swings wildly, the risk of stroke soars right along with it. Research from Harvard Medical School shows losing just 1 to 2% of your body's water can significantly impair brain function. Especially in older adults, dehydration also constricts blood vessels and thickens the blood, making clots more likely, a primary cause of stroke. You may not feel thirsty, but your brain is parched more often than you think. Elaine, an 82-year-old in Georgia, often felt dizzy with mild headaches in the afternoon. She blamed it on her age or poor sleep. But after a doctor checked her blood pressure and ran blood work, she was found to be severely dehydrated despite cool weather. Once she started drinking 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, her symptoms greatly diminished. More importantly, her mind became noticeably sharper. Remember this: coffee, strong tea, and soda are not substitutes for water. Those drinks can actually dehydrate you even more. The simplest fix is to start your day with a glass of warm water and keep a pitcher where you'll see it. Each time you pass by, take a small sip to keep your body consistently watered. You can also get hydration from water-rich fruits like watermelon, oranges, and strawberries, or from vegetable soups. But the cornerstone remains plain water. Simple, cheap, yet it plays the most vital role in keeping your brain alert and your blood vessels clear. So don't wait until you feel thirsty to drink. Make hydration a proactive habit, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast, because one glass of water at the right time could be the difference between a clear mind and a foggy head. And if you want to steer clear of stroke risk, start with that glass of water beside you right now. And once your body is watered from within, don't forget to also water your brain by exercising your mental flexibility. One day, you can't recall the name of the person right in front of you, all because you stopped training your brain each morning. As it drifts into a deep sleep, you won't realize you are slowly fading away. After 60, what scares people most isn't an aching back or slow steps, but when the brain starts to forget, forgetting a familiar name, where you put things, the words you just said. But here's the good news. The brain, like a muscle, gets sharper with use. And one of the best workouts for keeping your mind sharp is doing a crossword puzzle or Sudoku every day. Studies from the University of Exeter in the UK involving thousands of people over 60 revealed that those who regularly solved puzzles had short-term memory, reasoning skills, and processing speeds equivalent to people 8 to 10 years younger. This isn't just a simple game. It's a form of neural training that helps prevent brain atrophy and reduces stroke risk caused by poor cerebral circulation. Raymond, 79, from Illinois, starts each morning with a cup of coffee and a crossword from the local paper. It began as a way to pass the time, but after a few weeks, he noticed his memory was better. He spoke more fluently and was rarely at a loss for words. His doctor encouraged him to keep going, as this was helping his brain maintain vital neural connections, an essential factor in preventing cognitive decline and even minor strokes. The beauty of it is you don't have to be great. You just have to be consistent. Even if you only fill in a few words or need to look things up, it is still an excellent way to force your brain to work, think, and connect. Every time you solve a clue, your brain gets a little spark of victory, activating its reward center and keeping your spirits engaged. You can buy puzzle books at the store, print them online, or download a free app to your phone. For those not keen on crosswords, Sudoku or word searches offer similar benefits. What matters is setting aside 10-15 minutes each day as a form of mental gymnastics. Remember, if you don't exercise your mind, your brain will gradually go dormant. And once it's too dormant, waking it up again is many times harder. So let your day begin with a small challenge to hold on to your sharpness, your alertness, and the quiet triumph of solving one puzzle at a time. If you're still here and finding this useful, let me know by commenting with the number 3 below. And if you haven't yet, I'd encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss new videos. Your support truly helps us continue creating useful content and inspires us to do more. And beyond word games, there is another exercise that is simple, yet just as powerful for keeping your mind clear, and that is daily conversation. Did you know if you live alone and don't speak to anyone for more than 48 hours, your risk of memory loss and disorientation can double? And that could be the first step toward forgetting who you even are. As you get older, social circles often shrink. Children are busy, friends become fewer, and day by day you might only speak a few sentences to yourself. But what many don't realize is a lack of communication doesn't just cause loneliness. It seriously impacts memory, thinking, and even increases the risk of stroke. Research from the University of Michigan shows people over 60 who maintain regular social interaction at least once per day process information faster, have better memory, and suffer less cognitive decline than those living in isolation. Conversation isn't just an exchange of words. It's how the brain connects, reacts, recalls, and organizes thoughts. Activities that are absolutely essential for keeping your mind flexible. Linda, 77, in Seattle, lived alone for years and often only spoke during errands. After noticing her memory was starting to slip, her daughter suggested she join a daily video call group with her peers. Starting with just 10-15 minutes each morning, she gradually became more animated, told stories more clearly, and most importantly, no longer felt that emptiness as each day went by. A short call, a chat with a neighbor, a quick hello on the phone are all workouts for the brain. When you share a story, you are recalling, structuring, and retelling. This is how your brain gets its natural exercise. Conversely, when you're silent too long, your brain also becomes dormant. Its neural pathways weaken, and the risk of confusion and forgetfulness grows. Schedule a daily call to an old friend, join a book club, or even just make small talk with the cashier at the grocery store. What matters isn't what you say, it's that you are speaking, listening, and connecting. Because a sharp mind isn't born from silence. It's nourished by each small conversation, like tiny sparks of light that keep your mind from dimming through the years. So talk, listen, and let language keep your brain vibrant. And after conversations have exercised your brain by day, what is just as essential for maintaining that clarity is a deep sleep every night. If you sleep fewer than 6 hours a night, your brain isn't just tired. It's accumulating toxins, and one morning, you could wake up not even remembering who you are. At 60 and older, many people think, I'm just used to less sleep now, or light sleep is normal at my age. But in truth, the brain over 60 needs adequate rest more than ever to recover, flush out toxins, and maintain clarity. Every night you miss out on deep sleep is a night your brain's cleaning crew leaves the work half done, bringing the risk of stroke and dementia a little bit closer. Studies from Harvard Medical School have shown older adults who sleep less than 6 hours a night have a markedly higher risk of memory decline and cardiovascular complications. During deep sleep, the brain releases a special fluid that helps flush out protein plaques, the kind linked to Alzheimer's and silent strokes. If sleep is disrupted, this process is left incomplete, leaving your brain full of junk when you wake up. Harold, 80, in California, used to stay up late watching news, sleeping little, and waking often. After a checkup, his doctor found his blood pressure was swinging wildly at night, a warning sign for stroke risk. Since then, he adjusted his sleep routine, turning off devices earlier, drinking less after 7 p.m., and sticking to a fixed bedtime. After just 1 month, he felt much more alert, and his memory became more stable. To sleep better, you don't need to jump to medication. Just create a gentle pre-sleep ritual. Read a few pages of a book, listen to calming music. Dim the lights early and avoid blue light from your phone. Make sure your bedroom is quiet, cool, and avoid heavy meals at night. This is how you create the best conditions for your brain to truly rest. Remember, sleep is not just when the body rests, it is when the brain cleans, repairs, and recharges. And if you want to hold on to your memory, your reasoning, and your clarity, start with a full night's sleep tonight, because everyone wishes for a long life. But a clear mind to the end is a gift reserved for those who cherish every night of rest. To keep your memory from fading over time, you don't need to memorize any complex formula. Just each day, be willing to step out into the sun, to talk with an old friend, to drink enough water, to sleep on schedule. These small, simple acts are quietly keeping the blood flowing freely to the brain, keeping your memory sharp, and your heart beating steadily. Because a stroke doesn't pick a day or time, but we can choose how we live. A way of life that is mindful, gentle, and deliberate. If this video reminded you of a long-lost habit or planted a worthwhile thought in your mind, please share it. Perhaps someone out there who is silently worrying might find some peace of mind thanks to you. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. I hope that with each passing day, you hold on to your clarity in a truly peaceful state of mind, no matter how much time goes by.